He treats you like you're nothing, so become nothing to him. Disappear from that man's life. He clearly thinks you're forgettable, so forget about him. Make yourself a distant memory to that man because you will no longer be a presence in his life. Walk away from any situation that is not serving you. Walk away from any person that does not value you. Stop giving away your attention and time at a deeply discounted price of free $99. They don't have to put in any effort. They don't have to put in any time to get your attention. Walk away, disappear, prove to yourself that you deserve better treatment than what you are allowing to happen in your life. And when you do, your self-love, your self-respect will skyrocket because now that you've removed yourself from that situation, you've opened up your life to amazing opportunities, amazing relationships, people who will truly value you and feel blessed to have you in their life. Remind yourself who you are, that you are that girl, that you do not deserve to be at the bottom of anybody's totem pole. No. As soon as someone shows you that they do not value your presence, walk away. Leave them all the way alone.
Start letting people fumble you. Start letting people miss out on the greatness that is you. Let people feel your absence. Let people miss out on you. Let them stand on the decisions and the choices that they have made and let it be their business. Like certain things don't need to be explained. You shouldn't have to do some big backflip, cartwheel, grand performance in order to get somebody to see your worth and your value. No, 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 no. If it takes you leaving somebody's life in order for them to recognize your worth and your value, I mean, why would you want them here to begin with? Like, we be putting people on pedestals that they don't even deserve. Like, why are they there? What did they do to even be up here and you putting yourself all the way down here? Make it make sense. I think one of our greatest gifts is to have the power to just like walk away. Move yourself from places where you're not valued, or you're not wanted, where you feel like your presence has not been earned. That's why I think it's so important to move with like pure and genuine intentions, because when you do your part and you tried your best, you can move on with no regrets. You're not out here overthinking or wondering or what ifs or what it could have been. Nah, you did what you had to do. I just think this is tied into like self-confidence and self-worth. Like when you are really locked in with yourself and you know who you are as a person, people leaving not gonna really trip you up that much, because you're gonna know when somebody leaves, they always get replaced with what? Better. So when people want to act up, do too much, forget themselves real quick, send them to the door and send them on their way. Not every loss is a loss. Not every rejection is something bad. Like, you really got to shift your mindset to just start seeing the bigger picture, trusting that everything is working in your favor. And if somebody fumbles you, that means they just letting somebody better pick you back up. Okay.
Let me tell you something that most women take years to learn. The most powerful thing you can do in love is walking away. Yeah, not chase, not begging, not proving your worth. Just walk away. Today I'm gonna tell you exactly why walking away gives you all your power back. If you've ever felt stuck, disrespected, or confused in a relationship, stay with me. I'm going to be taking you through why walking away gives you all your power back.
If you want to teach that man a lesson, leave him and leave quietly. Don't yell, don't scream, don't rage, don't cry at him, don't blast him on the internet. Leave him alone and leave quietly. And this goes for literally anyone who has disrespected or harmed you. The best revenge is denied access. And I use the word revenge specifically because sometimes our systems will not settle unless we feel like the person who has harmed us will pay for the harm that they have dished out. We need to feel like the person who has harmed us will suffer the same harm that they have inflicted. But the thing is, with people who are disrespectful and harmful, it doesn't hurt their feelings when you scream at them, when you tell them off, when you rage out at them. They literally experience that as fuel, as energy supply. And they really derive like a sense of importance because they were like, wow, I can have that impact on somebody. So the best thing that you can do, like when you leave for good and you leave quietly, you literally shatter the illusion of importance and you cut off their supply. And for you, your life force energy is too goddamn precious for it to be pouring out of you in buckets because you are raging out against a loser.
There's a lot of ways to be feminine, but today I'm not going to teach you how to be feminine. I'm actually going to teach you how to be a powerful woman. The number one skill, the number one trait that you should start possessing as you get older is the ability to walk away from people, things, relationships that are no longer serving you. 90% of women have such a hard time doing this. And that's okay, because we are not taught how to walk away from things. We are taught to stay. We are taught to say yes. We are taught to people please. The more you're going to say no and the more you're going to practice walking away from things, it's going to teach you discipline. It's going to teach you consistency. It's going to teach you how to stand up for yourself. So to embody this new version of you, to embody confidence, to embody being powerful, like truly powerful from the inside, that it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people are saying behind your back. It doesn't matter what people are saying on social media. It doesn't matter what anyone else is saying. All that matters is how you feel about yourself. And if you can practice walking away from things, walking away from experiences, conversations, people, and relationships that don't move you in the direction that you feel compelled to move in, you're going to be a different woman.
If you want to teach that man a lesson, leave him, leave quietly. Don't yell, don't scream, don't beg, don't start over explaining. Just remove your energy quickly and quietly. Because honestly, nothing confuses someone more than losing access to somebody they thought would always be there. A lot of people think the lesson is in the argument. It's not. The lesson is in the absence. The lesson is waking up one day and realizing you're no longer answering every text for them. You're no longer available every time they get lonely. You're no longer giving them chances they didn't earn. See, when someone gets used to you always being there, they stop appreciating your presence. It becomes normal, expected, something they assume they'll always have access to. And that's why begging rarely works. Explaining rarely works. Trying to convince someone of your real value rarely works, because people don't fully understand what they're holding on to until it's gone. Now, I'm not saying leave to make them miss you. That's not what I'm saying at all. Leave because you finally respect yourself enough to stop accepting less than what you deserve. Leave because you're tired of teaching people how to love you while they keep showing you they don't want to learn. And if they finally realize what they lost, that's their lesson. But your lesson is realizing you never had to stay where you weren't being valued in the first place.
A woman who can walk away from a man who she loves for the sake of her own peace and sanity has won a battle that no one else can see, and she will continue to win. Because instead of losing herself, she is choosing herself, and she will choose herself over and over again until she finds a man that is sure about her. And if you want to stop wasting your time and getting your heart hurt, listen. When you reject low standards and you stop romanticizing the bare minimum, now you are setting a new bar for which you will be treated by. And when you stop accepting anything less than what you deserve, that's how you set yourself up for success. And the truth is, you can't get what you actually want in a relationship if you're too busy accepting low effort and excuses. And if you're attached to somebody that doesn't even choose you, makes you question your sanity, makes you question if they even like you all the time, you're not attached to this person, you're attached to the idea of what they could be. You're in love with the potential. You have to be realistic, because they can be a good person and not be right for you. And maybe this space that's created between you two isn't right for either of you. They deserve to be with somebody that they are sure about, and you deserve to have someone that is sure of you.
I'm 28, and I'll give this advice to my daughter, to any young girl, to girls my age, and even girls older than me. Walk away. Every single time, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 50 times, walk away. There is a stigma attached to walking away. The stigma attached to starting over. The stigma, and women sometimes put down women for walking away, for somehow not sticking it through, for not staying 50 years in loveless situations just to say we did it for many years. You somehow suffocate. And when you look at women who are free, who walk away, who choose themselves, we make those women feel like so bad. So I'm off. Look, I love a good relationship. I love a great love story. But there's no greater love story than the story where you love yourself. I'm going to give you a quick backstory. Back when my mom was ill with cancer, First of all, let me preface, I have a great dad. I have an amazing dad. He is spectacular. Mwah, give me 10 of those. However, for some reason, while she was diagnosed, I guess she wasn't able to satisfy him sexually. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. I don't know. I was just 9. However, he cheated. And he not only cheated, he got someone in the community. Well, he got someone away from the community into the community. And she felt both cheated on and disrespected. And while that lady was suffering from cancer, when she needed love and support the most, and Dad, he doesn't have TikTok. However, and that man has changed, married, and he's amazing. Okay, I'm not spitting tea on my dad. I'm just saying that for whatever reason he fell short. And what she showed me, she left him. She asked him to leave her home. He lived in her house and she asked him to leave, and she suffered from that heartbreak. Like she felt heartbroken. But you want to know something? She taught me a valuable lesson. And she taught me how to walk away. And while she's a great person and he's a great dad, she showed me, even if you're ill, even if you really need someone, even if you feel like you'll literally die without them, because literally dying, she walked away. And that make it less, erase the stigma from people going through divorces, from people walking away from relationships. We are told as women that we have to be the glue that holds the whole thing together. And when we walk away, we are shamed for it. Oh, you failed. Oh, you didn't get that workout. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'll always choose myself over and over because I love myself. And I'm telling a young girl today, and I'll tell my daughter, and I'll tell any girl, if you feel like you're not absolutely being loved the way like you feel like you deserve in those books, walk away. You deserve the best love. And if you never get it from someone, be brave enough to give it to yourself and walk away when you're not getting it from the person. Walk away.
When you walk away, you are not losing him. You are choosing you. People only respect what they could lose. Walking away isn't a weakness. Rather, it sets boundaries. It's like saying, I don't accept being treated less than I deserve, or I would rather be alone than be with someone who makes me feel alone in a relationship. Someone told me, baby girl, never stay where you are tolerated when you could go where you are celebrated. So if you are sitting there wondering, should I leave? Ask yourself, would you want your daughter, your sister, or even your best friend to stay in this? If no, you already know what to do. Walking away hurts only for a minute, but staying hurts forever. So please do the rightful thing. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe.
Ladies, you got to understand this. When God give you the strength to walk away, he's giving you the strength to walk away to save you. He's not giving you the strength to walk away and grieve and hope and grieve at the same time, hoping that he'll change, that he'll chase you down like a knight in shining armor and become this magical man that was never in him to begin with. And that's where a lot of women mess up. Some of y'all walk away with the intentions of looking back, is he following me? Is he coming? No, he's not following you. He is who he is. God understands that you were in a lose-lose situation, and that situation is not going to get better. For God to give you the strength to get out of that situation, how dare you turn back around and get back into that situation that God led you out of? God gave you the strength to get out of. I know it looks ugly. I know those visions in your head, moving back to your mom and dad house or whatever. It's an ugly process in your head, but understand that that's God being honest with you. He's showing you those visions. That's him communicating with you. But you got to be willing to go through the ugliness. You got to be willing to go through the crying on your friend's shoulder, your brother's shoulder, sister's shoulder, whatever. You got to be willing to go through that process to come out on the other side of it, because God don't play about his daughters. And that the major thing is God don't want his daughters to have a certain amount of damage to where they won't be good for anything or anybody else in the future. So understand, when God give you the strength to walk away, don't look back.
I heard a woman say, I knew I had matured when I walked away from a man that I loved because I loved myself more. Folks, sometimes you have to be willing to walk away, because if staying means that you lose your values, that you shrink, that you become silent just to hold on to a relationship, that's not love. That's self-abandonment. And sometimes we just confuse the two. Folks, you have to be willing to say, I choose me first. And that's not being selfish. It's being considerate of who you really are. So folks, this is what I know. In every relationship, there are going to be some things that maybe you wish you can sharpen or polish in your partner. And that's pretty normal. But if somebody is requiring you to change who you are or to put up with a level of disrespect that you don't want, then you have to choose yourself. You have to be willing to say, this is where I draw the line. And you have to have enough confidence in yourself to know that just like this relationship came, another one will come. And if it doesn't, I'm okay with that too. But self-love is the most important love that you can have because you will always be with you. So don't abandon yourself just for a date or just to feel you have a partner. Always choose you first. Love you.
The most powerful move in dating, it's walking away without looking back. Not the dramatic, I'm done, followed by late night texts. No, I'm talking about quiet exits. When you leave with your dignity intact, no begging, no second chances. That's when regret kicks in. Men don't process loss until it's permanent. So if he didn't value you when he had you, don't give him the satisfaction of watching you wait. Walk away like you've got somewhere better to be, because you do.
Make it easy for him. Just walk away. Don't let a motherfucker treat you like you the lesser than or treat you like you the second option. None of that. None of that. Have a motherfucker treat you the right way the first time. When we talk about somebody treating you correctly, this is what I think somebody treating you correctly is. Everybody is always going to say something that you need to hear, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they say it in a way that you can receive it. So when somebody really, really cares about you, they work on that part. That's what I think emotional intelligence is. I don't think that it's the realness of what you say. I think it's the effectiveness of what you say. It's so many things that I would want to tell somebody who I'm in love with, right? But I know how it would come across. So the emotionally intelligent part of me is like, okay, cool. How can I articulate this in a way that's going to resonate with this person who I know, this person who I love, this person who I want to be around? Saying something real and then leaving it at that, it's very, very lazy intellectually. Like there's so many different ways of looking at things. There's so many different ways of saying things and getting messages to resonate with the people that you want them to resonate to. It just takes work. So emotional intelligence is cool, but the discipline emotionally to stay on the boat and stay locked in and keep trying when it gets very, very hard and keep explaining when it gets very, very hard to explain, that's emotional intelligence. That's what we need to talk about more.
Something I feel like a lot of people don't understand is the importance in exiting somebody's life quietly. I feel like I see so many girls and people, and I've been this girl too, where they're like, I'm the crazy one, you don't want to cross me, it's going to be chaos if you do something to me. And like, trust me, I understand how frustrating it is when somebody wrongs you, and like, it's so hard to not react sometimes. But whenever, like specifically I'm talking about when a man does you wrong and you give him a reaction, you're literally just feeding his ego. This can also apply to like friendships too, but I'm kind of more referring to like when a man does something wrong to you and he knows it. If a guy wrongs you and he knows what he did, he knows he wronged you, and you give him a reaction, you cause chaos, you send paragraphs, you try to get revenge, you scream, you yell, you make it a whole thing. All that's doing is just making him think negatively of you. Even though he did something wrong, your reaction is just making him think that you're drama and you're negative. So the next time that a guy wrongs you and has you messed up, leave him where he had you messed up at. Like, if he does something to hurt you or does something wrong to you, just be like, okay, you'll never hear from me again. Bye. It really is as simple as that. And that does take a lot of self-control, but I'm telling you, you cannot let them see you react. Like, when someone wrongs you and they know that they've wronged you, and you're just so quick to cut them out of your life, they're like, wait, where was the reaction? Like, she's gone. And that, I swear, will mess with them so much harder because they're going to be like, wait, she literally just left. Like, she didn't even say anything. It really shows a strong sense of self-worth and the fact that you're not going to sit around and put up with bad treatment. You're literally just going to cut them out and that's it. I promise you this is better than a reaction every single time. And even if you are really hurt or upset about it, that's fine. You can literally rant to your friends, rant to your family as much as you need to about the situation, but never let the guy or the friend or whoever it is that wronged you see that reaction. All you're doing is stroking their ego, and the second that you walk away, they're going to be left with the thought of what they did to you and be like, wow, she didn't even say anything. She literally just cut me off. And they'll come crawling back every single time.